Another criticism that I received is, in essence, a rejection of Christendom. And what do I mean by that? People will come back and they will say, well, Aaron, you can say it was the positive world for Christianity in the 1950s, but we had Jim Crow legislation. We had a lot of racial segregation in our country. We had slavery going back here. There were so many evils and injustices in our society that we cannot say that this was a Christian nation or it was positive towards Christianity because of these injustices. And I call this a rejection of Christendom because what we see is throughout the period of Christendom, there have been profound injustices in the world. And yet, the reason that we call them injustices, and virtually all of the opposition to those injustices, happened within essentially a Christian framework. The civil rights movement was largely built on arguments by people like the Reverend Martin Luther King about biblical justice and Christian justice and why society was not living up to it. So, in essence, even to critique the injustices of society required a somewhat of a Christian lens on the problem. And to say that there's nothing distinctly Christian or positive towards Christianity in a Christendom society sort of implies, well, there's no difference between that and pagan society, Greco-Roman society. When in fact, I think there was something different there. And so I would agree there are many profound injustices throughout history, even including areas you might think of as positive towards Christianity. Nevertheless, these were still ultimately societies that were Christian and simply not living up to the Christian ideals, embodying the original sin and the fall that is present in the world.